My best friend married my ex and asked me to be her maid of honor. It started with a message that looked harmless enough. A simple, "Hey, can we talk?" from my best friend Emily. I didn't think twice before replying. We'd been inseparable since high school, the kind of friendship that felt more like family. We shared everything: laughter, secrets, dreams, heartbreaks. When we were younger, we promised that nothing would ever come between us. I believed her. I believed us. But life, as it often does, has its cruel sense of irony. The beginning of the betrayal. My ex Daniel had been the great love of my life. At least that's what I thought. We were together for almost 4 years. It wasn't perfect. No relationship is. But it was real to me. When he left, saying he needed space, I was devastated. It felt like my lungs had collapsed, and I couldn't breathe for months. Emily was there through it all. She held me when I cried, brought me ice cream when I couldn't eat, told me over and over again, "He doesn't deserve you." What I didn't know was that while I was busy stitching my heart back together, she was slowly unraveling the threads behind my back. I found out about them 6 months later. It wasn't dramatic, no big reveal, no confrontation. I saw it accidentally, like fate wanted me to witness it myself. They were at a cafe near my office. She was leaning across the table, laughing in that flirty way I knew too well. He was looking at her with the same eyes that once looked at me. I froze. My heart didn't just break, it went silent, like it didn't know how to beat anymore. I walked away before they saw me. That night, I didn't cry. I sat in the dark for hours, numb, staring at the ceiling, realizing that 2 of the people I loved most had betrayed me. Days passed before Emily finally confessed. She came to my apartment, her hands trembling, eyes red from crying. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she said. "It just did. I love him, and he loves me." Her words felt like shards of glass cutting through my chest. I wanted to scream, to ask her how she could possibly justify what she'd done, but all I managed was, "You could have told me. You could have chosen me." She cried harder. "I'm so sorry. Please don't hate me." But I did. I hated her, and him, with every broken piece of my heart. The invitation. For almost a year, we didn't speak. I blocked both of them, deleted their numbers, tried to rebuild my life. I thought I had moved on, at least enough to breathe without the ache. Then one afternoon, a white envelope appeared in my mailbox. The handwriting was familiar. My heart stopped when I saw her name, Emily. With shaking hands, I opened it. "We're getting married in June," the card read, "and it would mean the world to me if you'd be my maid of honor." At first I laughed, a bitter, hollow sound that echoed in the empty room. I thought it had to be a joke. Who in their right mind would ask the ex-girlfriend of their fiancé to stand beside them at the altar? But the message was genuine. She even wrote a personal note. "You've always been the most important person in my life. I want you there on my happiest day. Please say yes." I didn't answer for days. I reread that note until I could recite it word for word. Part of me wanted to burn it, to throw it away and pretend it never existed. But another part of me, the part that still longed for closure, for peace, wanted to face it. So against every piece of logic, I said yes. The wedding. The morning of the wedding was clear and bright, the kind of day that should have felt beautiful. But to me, everything looked sharp. The sunlight, the laughter, the flowers. Each detail cut into me like a blade. When I walked into the bridal suite, Emily turned toward me, glowing in her white gown. For a moment, I almost saw the friend I used to know. She smiled through tears. "You came," she whispered. I forced a smile. Of course I did. She hugged me tightly. Her perfume was the same one she used to wear when we'd stay up late talking about our future weddings, when we'd laugh and say we'd be each other's maids of honor no matter what. I guess she had kept her promise, even if everything else between us had changed. As I helped her with her veil, our eyes met in the mirror. I saw a flicker of guilt in hers, but it vanished quickly, replaced by something else. Pride, maybe. She looked happy, radiantly, confidently happy. And then the ceremony began. I stood at the altar, holding her bouquet, as Daniel walked down the aisle in his black suit. He glanced at me briefly, that same familiar half smile. I felt my stomach twist. When the vows began, I tuned out. The words, love, forever, honesty, loyalty, they sounded hollow, almost mocking. I looked up at the sky, forcing myself to breathe. And then it was over. Applause, laughter, kisses. The photographer called for the bridal party, and I posed with them, smiling for the camera, my face aching from the effort. During the reception, Emily gave a speech about friendship, about love finding unexpected paths. People laughed and clapped. I raised my glass and pretended to toast. But inside, I felt the ache of something irreversible. The end of an era, the death of a friendship that once felt unbreakable. Later, she pulled me aside. "Thank you for being here," she said softly. "It means everything to me." I looked at her, at the woman who had been my best friend and my betrayer, and I smiled gently. "I hope you're happy, Emily," I said. "Truly, because at least one of us should be." The aftermath. I left the wedding early, The night air outside was cool, and as I walked to my car, I finally allowed myself to cry. Not because I wanted them back, not because I still loved him or missed her, but because it was all gone. Every memory, every promise, every piece of the life I thought we'd shared. In the months that followed, I rebuilt myself. Slowly, quietly. I started therapy, began painting again, and learned to love the peace of solitude. I realized that forgiveness doesn't mean forgetting. It means freeing yourself from the grip of the past. Sometimes I still think about them. I see their pictures online, smiling, posing in their perfect little life. And though it still stings, I don't hate them anymore, because I learned something through all of it. Sometimes losing people is the only way to find yourself. Emily married my ex. She betrayed me in ways I never thought she could. But she also gave me something unexpected, the chance to let go, to rebuild, to rediscover who I am when I'm no longer defined by anyone else's story. And maybe, just maybe, that's its own kind of love story.